Like, what would be your routine? You're like, all right, I'm 17, coming for work.
In the back of this parking lot.
All right, let's go that way. Because you're going to tell the story, so you're going to need the visual. And this is your only shot.
Hello, and welcome to another in our series of Dead Mall videos. Today we're going to take a tour of the Silver City Galleria. This mall is near and dear to my heart. This was one of my hometown malls. It's located at the junction of Route 140 and Route 24 in what used to be the middle of the woods.
Okay, so this is your hometown mall. Tell me what you remember.
I remember that the parking lot was packed. You couldn't even find a spot in the parking lot at Christmas time. And the traffic on the off-ramp was super bumper to bumper the whole way.
All the time, or?
Yeah, actually, most of the year it was pretty busy. It was actually kind of a running joke around town.
Well, it's a couple days after Christmas when we filmed this, and it doesn't look too busy.
I was actually really surprised. I've never seen it this empty before. This Dick's Sporting Goods was originally a Lechmere where I used to buy PC games back in the day.
What the heck is a Lechmere?
It's a chain of electronics and computer stores.
Oh, well, we didn't have those on the West Coast.
Think Circuit City, just kind of local.
Well, we don't have those either anymore.
Whoops.
But the stabbing where several people were stabbed happened inside the Bertucci's restaurant. To recap, a witness telling us that he saw a person just coming from the back of the restaurant and randomly start slashing and stabbing people. People were screaming and hollering, throwing their chairs in the direction of this person, and then everyone just kind of scattered, as you would think they probably would. Businesses located near that Bertucci's and then throughout the mall were told to lock down. We were hearing reports of people, kids running through the mall, screaming. We are also hearing reports that people heard several loud bangs. Now, they weren't sure if they were gunshots. They could have also been that accident we've been talking about where that assailant apparently got into his car and then drove into the Macy's, which is on my left side, on the other side of the parking lot here in the mall. But we are also getting reports from police that this assailant may have in fact been shot by an off-duty sheriff's deputy. But again, as you mentioned, Marie and Ed, we don't know where that suspect is.
We actually came to this mall back in 2016, about a week after that event had happened. And the Macy's was still open. They had just boarded up that entrance.
Yeah, it's actually this entrance you're seeing on the right side of your screen.
Yeah, and here it is right after the event had happened. Car smashed in and everything. It was pretty wild.
Yeah, it was completely boarded up, and it stayed that way for about a year and a half, and then this Macy's closed.
Yeah, there's nobody on this side of the mall anymore.
I had to go see it, though, because this label scar that's on the Macy's is wicked.
Your Massachusetts is showing. I'm pretty sure that these were recent closures coming up here.
Yeah, I think these were open the last time that we came.
I mean, that's obviously a JCPenney and I think a Best Buy?
Yeah, they just stripped the plaque off.
Was that always a Best Buy? It looks like it was something else before that.
It was originally something else, but I have a hard time remembering what it was.
Didn't you say it was Filene's?
The Filene's basement was located over here, but this was actually the TJ Maxx, and Best Buy actually added the doors to the outside.
Okay, well, it looks like we're coming back around to the entrance of the mall again. This was your mall. Where did you normally park?
Well, when I visited, I would park over by the Macy's. One of my favorite stores was over in that end of the mall. But when I was working, I would come park over by the Sears, because I would have to get let in by my manager, usually before the mall opened. And sometimes during the holidays, I would have to loop the parking lot for 20 minutes to find a spot before work.
All right. So, on our next step of this nostalgia feels trip, now that we've come in from the single-digit weather outside, where are we going next?
We're gonna go up the escalator and sit outside the Sears that I used to work at. This used to be the electronics section up here, where I was a mediocre TV salesman. I was doing this job while I was in high school, and it was a good way to earn a couple of bucks.
Did you make a lot of money?
One time I sold a TV and a home theater system in the same afternoon, and I got a pretty sweet commission check off it. But otherwise, I just had to sit around and hope I made a sale.
First tonight at 5:30, Sears is closing nearly 50 stores nationwide, and one in Taunton is on the chopping block.
The company announcing it's closing the location at the Silver City Galleria. Eyewitness News reporter Kate Walsh has been tracking the story all day. She joins us now live with the new information. Kate?
Well, Mike and Caroline, you still have a few more months to shop at the Sears at the Silver City Galleria before they officially close their doors. But the owners of the Galleria sent us a statement today saying this was not unexpected and they already have plans for that space. A sign of the times, another longtime anchor store at many malls shutting its doors. Sears Holdings said in a statement, quote, as part of our ongoing efforts to streamline Sears Holdings operations, strengthen our capital position and focus on our best stores, this week the company informed associates at 46 unprofitable stores that we will be closing these doors in November 2018. That includes the Sears at the Silver City Galleria in Taunton.
Well, I always like Sears, and I guess it's inevitable. I like shopping there, and to not have them, they'll be missed.
At the end of August, the auto center will close and liquidations in other departments will begin.
Everybody's shopping online nowadays, and it's kind of sad to see it because everyone used to go to the mall for outings and stuff, but it is changing. Times are changing.
Mall owner MG Herring Group sent Eyewitness News a statement saying in part, quote, while this is an end of an era, this creates an opportunity for a comprehensive redevelopment of Silver City Galleria. They added management is looking at alternative uses for the space, such as residential, hotel, medical, and office components. And Sears said eligible employees will be getting severance packages, and many can apply for jobs that are open at Kmart's they own, as well as Sears stores that are not part of this closure. I'm Kate Walsh, Eyewitness News.
Well, I guess Sears is done. Where to next?
Well, this is the view from what I would see on my break, and I would usually head over to the food court to get something to eat. This food court looks completely different from back in the day. These leather chairs, this is amazing.
What about those restaurants in the back? Are those original or?
For the most part, actually. And the GameStop across the way, that used to be the electronics boutique back in the day.
All right, well, what's down on the bottom level of this mall?
Not much of this was originally here back in the day. The FYE used to be a Sam Goody, and the kiosks have changed over the years. This used to be my original Hot Topic, where I was buying Green Lantern t-shirts before Sheldon tried to make them cool.
Yes, we all had our Hot Topics of the time.
This used to be the Best Buy.
Oh wow, a KB toy store. I haven't seen one of those in a long time.
I actually used to work at one of those at the Westgate Mall, another mall that's nearby.
Man, for just a few days after Christmas, I cannot believe how empty this mall is.
With only a Round One and a Dick's Sporting Goods, I don't know how this mall expects to survive.
Yeah, I don't even think they have any of their anchors left.
The Regal Cinemas did a slight expansion recently, but most of the interior stores are all closed. Speaking of closed, this is the Macy's on the top floor.
Yeah, they didn't try very hard with their Christmas decorations this year. Probably signs of a very tight budget.
Yeah, when they're even putting up ads in the old Disney store, you know times are pretty tight.
I guess you gotta do something to fill all that empty space.
It's better than a shuttered storefront, I guess.
Hey, didn't you tell me that fish store's been there a long time?
Yeah, it actually was a swimming pool store originally, but that closed pretty early on, and it was a aquarium store ever since.
Before we left the mall, we wanted to go and check out this Round 1. We tried visiting it when we first came in 2016, but nothing was working, and so we didn't get to play any games.
Yeah, it turns out it was actually a lot of fun. They had a pretty big selection of games.
After a solid hour of not playing very well, this is what we were able to achieve.
On our way out of town, we made a pit stop at the Walpole Mall, located about 30 minutes away from Silver City Galleria. In case it wasn't clear by the name, the Walpole Mall is located in Walpole, Massachusetts.
Also, in case it wasn't clear, it was very cold that day.
Yeah, I think it snowed like a couple of inches overnight. It must have.
Now, from the street, would you be able to tell that there was actually an indoor mall anywhere around here?
Not except for that small entryway. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to tell, and I would just think that this was a normal strip mall.
In fact, I think we even drove past it a couple of times, trying to figure out where the heck to get into it.
I think that there are actually stores located attached to this that don't have inside mall access. I think from the Office Max on, there's no interior mall access.
Alright, well this one at least has some Christmas decorations, but there's not a lot going on in here.
Yeah, I felt like we missed a hallway somewhere and there was supposed to be more of the mall somewhere else, but this is really it.
Like we said, you know, it's tough to tell that this is even here from the outside, and it looks so different.
Most of the stores inside are vacant, and the ones that are left seem like they're mom and pop style shops.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a Payless, but I don't even think, yeah, that's out of business. And there's an arcade at the end of the hallway here. And that's the end of the mall. There's not much to this mall.
Even though there's not much to it, it actually is pretty well kept. The tiles are neat and clean, and the, good amount of light in the mall.
Well, I mean, you can see there's still a dentist's office and different things like that, but you know what? I mean, it's just really cold around here.
And just not well trafficked for some reason. I think there's more shopping centers down the street.
Yeah, well, I think it's time to wrap it up here.
Thanks for watching our video. We hope you check out more Wayfarer Pictures videos coming up.